Welcome back to Unstoppable, the elite mind and body podcast for men. I'm your host, Taj Howell. Today, we're going to be discussing the number one thing holding you back from reaching big goals. The number one thing holding you back from reaching big goals. And I'm just going to let the cat jump straight out of the bag right now. The number one thing that's holding you back right now from reaching big goals is the fact that you're not thinking big enough. Okay? You're not thinking big enough. Now, what do I mean by this? Human beings can only achieve our highest thought. Okay? Human beings can only achieve our highest thought. Okay? Now, that means that whether you believe you can one day own a private jet that costs $25 million and $1 million a year to upkeep and maintain and to gas, or if you believe that you're never going to own one, both of those are true, okay? But the thing that changes is the possibility of achievement, right? If you write down in your journal and you commit to yourself that one day you're going to own a $25 million Gulfstream private jet, that thought is now a possibility inside of your realm of achievement, right? If you don't ever write down the goal or have the thought of ever owning a jet, you're never going to own one. Right? And this doesn't even just relate to things that are financial, things that are material. Okay. If you never envision yourself with a beautiful family, let's say you want a wife or a husband and kids, and you want to be able to travel with your family and have like a vibrant life surrounded by people that love you. If you never commit to that as a thought, it's never going to be within your realm of achievement because you're never going to put yourself in the situations that you need to be in to meet the right people. Right? Let's take it from a fitness perspective. If your entire life you've been overweight, right? If your entire life you've been overweight and you thought that it was passed down from your parents because you guys are big boned and you have bad genes and your parents never taught you how to eat good food and you've always been lazy and you just love playing video games and you've never known what to do to get in shape, and you never actually have the thought to get in amazing, exceptional shape where you're ripped. You can take your shirt off at the beach and people just stare at you and you feel amazing all the time. Then being ripped and feeling amazing all the time and looking amazing when you take your shirt off at the beach, all of those things are going to be outside of your realm of achievement because human beings can only achieve our highest thought. Now I'm going to give you an example from a long time ago. Right? Thomas Edison, right? I'm going to bring it up. It's funny, but I'm going to bring it up. Thomas Edison was like sitting in a room one day and it was dark and he had a candle on. And he was like, you know what, dude? And I'm sure this is how the story went, by the way. He literally was like, you know what, dude? It's too dark in here. And I hate these candles, bro, because if they fall over, my house is going to burn down because it's made of like wood and straw and shit because he lived so long ago. And he was like, you know what? I'm going to figure out how to light my house without lighting a candle. Thought turned into 10,000 attempts, turned into a light bulb. Human beings can only achieve our highest thought. So here's the thing. If the number one thing that's holding you back from reaching your best body, from making more money than you could possibly imagine, to creating generational health, wealth, love, and happiness for your family, is the fact that you're not thinking big enough, then that's a really problem to fix. And what I've actually done is I have created an entire episode tomorrow to how to actually go about thinking bigger, specifically. In this episode, what I want to talk about more than anything is I want to talk about the actual strategy you can use to reach bigger goals. Okay. Number one thing is you need to think bigger. That's the first and foremost thing. In tomorrow's episode, I'm going to break down with you step by step exactly how to go about unlocking massive levels of thinking that you've never thought possible before. But in today's episode, for the sake of time, because I actually only have a few more minutes, I want to give you the 5 steps that need to be in place in order to achieve any big goal. Okay, so let's begin. Number 1 is you need to think bigger. We just went over that. Okay, you will only achieve your highest thought. You will never achieve anything higher than what you can possibly conceive. The second step is that you need to destroy all limiting beliefs. You need to destroy your limitations. Okay, from the fitness example, right? If you believe that you were born and destined to be overweight and you're never going to be able to get in shape because you don't know how and you don't believe it's meant for you and you believe you're big boned and you believe your parents set you up for failure, you're never going to get in shape. You need to destroy the limiting beliefs that are holding you back from getting in shape so that you can go about getting in shape. And this relates to anything in the world. If you don't believe you can make $100,000 a year because you're not smart enough, then you're never going to make $100,000 a year. If you don't believe you can ever make $1 million a year because you don't have the strategies or the thinking or the ideologies or the skill set needed, you're never going to get there. You need to destroy the limiting beliefs that have been holding you back. The third step is you need to be able to work without results. Okay. Now, guys, I've been in the fitness industry for a decade. And many of you that are watching this right now or listening to me right now have only been following me for a week, 2 weeks, 3 months, 6 months, a year. I don't know how long you've been following me. If you're watching this live right now, comment how long you've been following me. I guarantee you it's less than a year, less than 2 years, definitely. Here's the thing. I worked for the first 8 years of my business, like 7. The last 3 years have been really, really good. But the first 7 years of my business and trying to grow on social media and trying to build myself and trying to build my social media and try to build my company and build my physique, dude, I had no one cared. No one was following me, dude. No one was following me. No one gave a shit. No one wanted to work with me back then. It's only now that I've been doing this and grinding my ass off for fucking 10 years that the exponential growth that I've been deserving for this long is finally here. It's finally here, right? And that's why there's so many of you guys watching this right now. So here's the thing. You have to be able to work without results, okay? Now, step 4 is that you have to have patience, okay? There was many times where I felt like building my business, there was many times where I didn't have enough money. I was late on bills. I didn't know what to do. My physique was up and down because I hadn't yet mastered my own strategies and my own skill set. This is years ago. But I still had the patience to say, you know what? One day, this is all going to come full circle. One day, I'm going to be where I want to be. I had the patience, dude. I had the patience, and now I'm here. And I'm not even anywhere near where I'm looking to go, but I had enough patience to get to the point where I'm at now. And that's a huge deal because most people, as soon as they get bored of something, they just fucking quit, right? The next thing and the final thing, step number 5 is to never quit, right? No matter how hard it gets. And I can tell you right now, because I have suffered in unimaginable ways with my mindset, in my relationships, financially, with clients, with client relationships. I have suffered in so many ways. I've also suffered from my training consistently for 15 years. I have suffered and suffered and suffered and suffered and never quit once. So I want you guys to understand, in order to reach big goals, if you have big goals for your life, the 5-step process is to, number 1, think bigger, because you will never achieve higher than your highest possible thought. Number 2 is to eliminate all limiting beliefs that hold you back and take your power away. Number 3 is to be able to work without the presence of results for as long as it fucking takes for the results to kick in. Number 4 is to have patience, to exhibit patience in everything that you do, and work and wait and work and wait some more until the results finally come in. And step 5 is to never quit, no matter how hard it gets, no matter what God throws at you, no matter what life throws at you, no matter what's going on in your life, your family's life, the lives of your coworkers, no matter what is going on around you, no matter what chaos, what tornado, what maelstrom is churning inside of the ocean. It doesn't matter, because you're the type of person who never quits. And if you never quit and you do the things that I just said, you can achieve absolutely anything in this world. You can be the one who buys a private jet in 10 years. Dead serious. And I believe that in my soul. I believe it in my core. Now, the last thing I want to tell you guys about is a quick story, okay? So a number of years ago, I'd say 6 years ago, my business wasn't doing very well. Didn't have a lot of clients. Didn't have a lot of people on social media following me. Didn't really know what I was doing. I had no business skills. I was trying to slowly learn and hire coaches and get better. And there was one day I remember that I had negative $176 in my bank account after I paid my rent. It was a surreal moment because I realized I was like, man, I can't even afford to like eat food. Like I had nothing. I had negative money. And I remember in that same day, I told my in-laws and my wife what was going on. My wife at the time, what was going on, and my in-laws what was going on. And my in-laws said, you know what? We just got back from Costco, and they said that they had a job stocking shelves at Costco. Now, listen, if some of you guys stock shelves or you have like a low-paying job right now, this is no disrespect, okay, at all. I respect everyone who works that's trying to make an honest living. But what I will say is I had such big dreams at the time to become a fitness professional, a coach, a mentor, a leader, that the thought of going back to a mundane job, 9-to-5 job that I didn't love, it felt like death. It literally felt like worse than death. It felt like I would have given up on every single dream I ever had. And so that same day, I made the commitment to myself that I was never going to quit. It didn't matter if I was sleeping on the fucking streets. I was still going to work. I was still going to do whatever it took to actualize myself and build the lifestyle that I always wanted. So guys, never quit. Chase your dreams. Think big. Stay tuned for tomorrow's episode. If you want to learn how to strategically think bigger, I'm going to help you break down every single goal that you have in your life, from your financial goals to your fitness goals, your relationship goals, and build out a specific lifestyle with the exact amount of money that you need to make to live that lifestyle, with the exact amount of time freedom you need to have to live that lifestyle. I'm going to show you the exact step-by-step strategy that you can use to build out a thought process and belief in yourself that's bigger than ever, that you've ever seen. Okay, so stay tuned for tomorrow's episode. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have an amazing day, and peace out.